Welcome to Metalacto. Today we are going to discuss different layers of the vagina and the different secretions of the vagina. So let's start. So as you see that here is the structure. This portion is for the vagina. This is the portion of the vagina, and after that you will see that this area is for the cervix. So this is the portion which is for the cervix, and upper portion, this portion is the uterus. This is the uterus. So there are three layers which are present in the vagina. So here you see first is you will see that first portion is for the mucosa. This is the first innermost layer of the vagina. Next layer you see that next portion is for the muscularis. This is the second layer of the vagina. And last layer, if you see that the last layer is for the adventitia. So this is the last layer. Three layers: mucosa, muscularis and adventitia. Mucosa further divide into two. So here you see that in the mucosa you will see two things. First is the stratified squamous epithelium. So this is the case one which is present innermost. Next is this is actually coated by the mucus. So it is actually coated by mucus. And next is you will see that next is the submucous layer. And in that situation you will see this layer is composed of loose aerolar tissues. So this is the case. So keep remember that the stratified squamous epithelium you will never see any blood vessels, but in afterward in submucous layer, muscularis and adventitia you will see the different blood vessel. So this is the case. And if you see here, so we discuss these layers one by one. So first of all we will discuss the stratified squamous epithelium. So here you see that the first three layers is for the stratified squamous epithelium, and in this layer you will never see any gland. So actually it is composed of three cells. Outermost is the superficial cornified cell, second is the intermediate cell, and last is the basal cell. So it is further divided, stratified squamous epithelium further divided on the basis of the types of the cell. So first is the superficial cornified cell. This is the case one. Second is the intermediate cell, and last is the basal cell. So these are basically the different types of the cell which is present in the stratified squamous epithelium. And in the superficial cornified cell and the intermediate cell you will see these cells contain the glycogen by the action of the estrogen. Estrogen is basically a sex hormone. Under the influence of the estrogen, these two types of cell, superficial cornified cell and intermediate cell, produce the glycogen. And keep remember that the superficial cornified cells are basically exfoliating. They continuously shed through the vagina, and in that situation from the basal cell form and move outside. So in that situation basal cell move outward and convert into the superficial cornified cell. So actually cells arise from the basal cell layer. So this is the stratified squamous epithelium. Next is the submucous layer, and here you will see that this portion is for the submucous layer. Submucous layer. This is the case. And in that situation, they are composed of loose areolar tissues and they contain the blood vessels. And because why do we call it submucous? Because you see that on the stratified epithelium you will see the mucus. Mucus is present in that situation. Mucus, so we called it mucus layer. And after that you will see the submucous layer, which is below the mucus layer. And this is actually both of these components form the mucosa. Next is the muscularis. So here you see this is the muscularis, and keep remember that this is the muscularis layer. Last is the adventitia. Here is the adventitia, and in that situation you will see this is also called the fibrous cord. So another name of the adventitia is the fibrous cord. And in that situation you will see it is a fibrous cord is actually derived from the endopelvic fascia. So last is it is actually the tough layer. So here are basically the different layers of the epithelium. Next, if you see that the secretion, stratified squamous epitheliums are basically non-keratinized. But if the vagina is dry, then the stratified non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium convert into the keratinization. So this is the case. And lot of different glands involved in the moisturization of the vagina. Like there are several glands in the uterus, cervix and Bartholin glands that moist the vagina. So otherwise the stratified squamous epithelium convert into the keratinization. Next we will discuss the influence of the estrogen on the thickness of the vagina and how different flora involve in the vagina. So let's start. So in that situation, first of all you will see the duration. So in that situation, from the birth to second week, you will see the estrogen is present in the female baby. So here is the case, the estrogen is present, and it's mean that estrogen start producing at birth? No, not at all. Actually the estrogen which is present at the birth come from the mother body. So this is the case, that's why this estrogen is called maternal estrogen, and this is the positive case. And you will see the thickness of the vagina will be maximum in that case. So this is the case. And if you see that the estrogen influence the production of the glycogen in the intermediate cell and the superficial cornified cell. So it's mean the glycogen starts producing. This is the case. And if you see that two case, estrogen influence the productions of the glycogen. So this is the case. When the estrogen produce, then what will happen? Glycogen also produce in that case. If the glycogen is produced, then it is favorable condition for the growth of the bacteria which is called Dodder lane bacilli. So here is the case. This is the favorable condition for the bacteria Dodder lanes bacilli. So dorsal and bacilli start producing, and it actually considered that the dorsal and bacilli comes from the intestine, and they start growing in the vagina. So here, when they start growing, they actually function in the conversion of the glycogen into the lactic acid. So this is the case. If you see that they actually involve in the conversion of the glycogen glycogen to lactic acid. Lactic acid. This is the case. It means that the dorsal and bacilli convert glycogen into the lactic acid and produce energy and utilize this energy. So it means the lactic acid start producing in the vagina. In that situation, you will see the pH of the vagina will decrease. Actually 7 is the neutral, below pH is for acidic condition, and above the 7 which is the basic condition, or you can say alkaline condition. So it means estrogen produce, glycogen also produce, dorsal and bacteria start growing, and in that situation they convert the glycogen into the lactic acid, and if the lactic acid is produced, then the pH move toward the acidic condition, and you see normally the range will be 4 to 5 and exactly 4.5 pH. It is actually acidic pH. And in that situation, you will see the growth of the dorsal lane bacilli start producing, and you will see the secretion of the vagina also be increased. So this is the case. Next, from the second week to pre-puberty, you will see there is no estrogen in that case. The level decrease, this is a negative effect, and the thickness will become reduced. And in that situation, if there is no estrogen, then the glycogen will also be decreased. And if there is no glycogen, then this is not favorable condition for the dorsal and bacilli. So in that situation, you will see the pH convert from the acidic towards the alkaline. So in that situation, the pH will be alkaline, greater than 7. And in that situation, you will never see the dorsal and bacilli, and the secretion also be reduced in that situation. And next is the pre-puberty. In that situation, you will see the estrogen starts appearing. So this is the case. When the estrogen start in the pre-puberty, then the thickness of the vagina start increasing, and in that situation, the glycogen convert from negative to the positive condition. They start producing, and in that situation, you will see the pH of the vagina start moving toward from the alkaline case towards the acidic condition. So this is the case. And in that situation, you will see the dorsal and bacilli start producing, and secretion also start increasing. So this is the case. And in the reproductive period, you will see the secretion of the estrogen will be maximum secretion of the estrogen in the reproductive case, and the thickness will be maximum. And you will see if the estrogen produced, then the glycogen has also positive effect, and glycogen also produced in that case. If there is more glycogen, you will see the pH. This is the favorable condition for the dorsal and bacilli, and dorsal and convert the more glycogen into the lactic acid, and pH move toward the 4 to 5. And in that situation, you will see the lot of dorsal and bacilli, and the secretion become maximum. And this is the case. This is the acidic medium is favorable for the total and bacilli, but this help in the prevention of the growth of the other bacteria or other pathogens. Acidic condition is not favorable for other bacteria or pathogen. So that's why other harmful bacteria cannot grow in that situation, in that pH, which is the acidic. And you will see, it means total and bacilli help from the, or you will see that the total and bacilli help in the prevention from the other pathogens. So, and last is the post-menopause condition. In the post-menopause, after the menopause condition, you will see the negative effect, the estrogen level decrease, and in that situation the thickness of the vagina will also be decreased. And if there is negative effect, estrogen decrease, then the glycogen production will also be decreased. If there is no glycogen, then obviously the daughter lane bacilli, if you see that the daughter lane bacilli will also be decreased, and the secretion of the vagina will also be decreased. And in that situation you will see the pH will go towards the alkaline conditions. So this is the last case. So if you see, this is the whole aspects of how estrogen affects the vaginal pH and the thickness of the vagina and the growth of the different flora of the vagina. So this is all about the vaginal layers and the influence of the estrogen on the vagina. If you have any question, then you may ask in the comment section. Thank you.